not gonna put up with it.
I would smash the shit out of you.
But yeah, I do the same thing to a playoff driver too. If you want to race like I'm gonna race how I get raced. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, I'm in one of those good feisty moods, so I'm like, well, somebody wants to dump me, I'm returning the favor. Bet. I say that, then when it comes to it, I never have the heart to do it.
How many laps are we doing?
It's 200 laps.
200.
200.
I think it's like 55, 51, and like 96 or something like that.
Yep, none of those sound fun to me. None. The Iowa race in the playoffs, I like that concept. That's about it. The Daytona, I guess that's a good race. The rest of them, not so sure I'm a fan of. Wait, actually, where are we at next week?
Atlanta on sliders.
Oh, I like that then. That's going to be a bottom dwelling race.
Yeah.
Well, at the end, I don't know. It's really hard to justify because without cautions, the racing gets really rough if you do that, where you just hold the bottom line like it's Daytona. It starts getting really, really dirty. And so it's either going to be like Wreckfest for the first few laps until they stop doing that, or if you run the regular line until the very last like 3-4 laps, you're only going to have 3, 4, or 5 guys in contention anyways. You know what I mean? Usually by that part of the race anyways.
I don't know what the fuel's gonna look like with saving tires.
Yeah.
Saving a little tire, that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, that's all that matters at Atlanta is saving your tires. If you have a tight setup, you gotta save the right front. If you're loose as shit the whole run, you gotta save that right rear. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what the fuel is.
Yeah, the tires don't move. It still won't matter at all.
Yeah, if you can be steady on your wheel or controller or whatever, if you can be steady and save a lap or two of tires, a lap or two of tires makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
I just running the high line for 3 or 4 laps, so
All right, I sent you guys the points. After tonight, only 6 people advance. T-Bird's not here, so he's gonna be eliminated, and the other one not here is Mopar. Yeah, so I say he'll get eliminated, not technically, because he is receiving last place points. So the people that are behind him,
who's not here? T-Bird and who?
Mopar Disaster. And so Evo, probably your dad.
Disaster's only 2 points ahead of Evo, so I don't see how Disaster won't get eliminated.
Well, if Evo say he lags out, they would get the same amount of points as Disaster.
I guess so.
If he doesn't get any stage points and he finishes last in the race, he wouldn't receive any stage points, or he'd get last place points, which is what Disaster is getting.
Last.
Yep, he literally has to beat one person, and because every position's by 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if he gets, I don't know what, 2 stage points, it makes it all moot anyways.
Yep. But there's still 15 drivers on track, so.
Well, Brent, let me know when we go live. It's 8:05.
Okay,
timer's
I'm
gone.
live right now.
Thanks for telling me that. You guys need some invites.
Yes.
Good evening. Happy Tuesday, everybody. GC Sports Time. We are in Bristol, Tennessee, up in the hills of northeast Tennessee. Beautiful countryside if you've ever been there. I am joined by Mike.
Hello, sir. And Aquatati, you're still in here, right? You're going to hang out with us?
Yeah. I got nothing better to do at a track like Bristol.
So the 3 of us will be bringing you GC Sports truck racing, preset truck racing, here at Bristol Motor Speedway, a personal favorite of mine. You go ahead and tell me when to join, and we'll jump on into that race.
1 second.
No problem. You're looking at last week's winner of the 88 truck. If you were watching last Tuesday night, you witnessed a really great finish where Justice Shackett pulled that 88 machine just ahead of the 98 truck and got the win at Daytona. Sorry, we were at Daytona. And tonight he's going to try and go 2 for 2 here at Bristol, going from the longest track to the shortest track. As soon as we get that invite, we're going to go right on in.
You should have
Here,
them,
Mike,
and
you were
you can
here last
accept.
night racing around.
Hey,
How'd that go for you?
Brink, you can accept now.
Coming right in.
Yep, I'll hold on that.
There we come.
Hey, just a heads up, my mic will be muted while I'm driving, so if you ask me a question, it might take me a few seconds to get to you.
No problem. You don't have a lot of straightaways to unmute it, I know. Don't do turns, boys and girls. Make that a lesson. If you're sim racing, don't check your pit status. Don't do extra stuff by yourself. Number 77.
But yeah, Bristol, man, I don't know that Bristol really needs an introduction.
Still there.
Car
there on the outside.
Yeah, I was in the race last night, and it's a playoff time. There's going to be things that are going to happen tonight. We may see some bumping and grinding. We may see some
Oh, we already got somebody upside down as we joined.
It is tight confines. Going from a plate track to a short track. It's a big difference for these guys.
We got the 21 of private patent, the Woods of Cold Fiddle. He is out front right now. Looks like the room's got a little bit of lag to it real quick, but needless to say, we got the 21 truck right out front. He's missed a couple races. Unfortunately, he is eliminated from contention in the playoffs, but he is still a strong contender here on the track. He's done a couple of laps here. RJ Smitty with the outside pole, and he is still in second place. In third is the 98. That's Country Caliber. That was your runner-up, your heartbreakingly runner-up from a week ago. Thought he had the win, and in the last second, it was stolen away from his 88 truck. Behind the 98, you see the 16. That's Blakey T. Blakey T, unfortunately, is eliminated from playoff contention, but doesn't mean he's not going to race hard and try and put that number 16 forward in victory.
Yeah, right now you see these guys, most of them are single file here. Bristol is a very hard track to pass at. The outside lane is the preferred lane when you're in a battle. I prefer to run the inside lane myself. But, no, we're going to see a lot of these guys try to vie for that high lane to get around each other.
Yeah.
It's going to lead to some bumpers for sure.
It's going to lead to some bumpers. It's going to lead to some tempers flaring, I'm sure. This is playoff racing, so stress levels are already heightened. As you see the Slip 3 truck just grazed the wall at turn number 2. 98's going to get underneath him. Private Patton has checked out on this field, and the more they run side by side behind him, the better chance he has to gain on them. That 98, who had a run on the 3, still had a tough time trying to stick the path, and now Blakey T is going to give the number 3 a push into the turn. He has the 3 clears the 98, almost, not quite yet. They're going to be side by side here, and that's Private Patton's pleasure.
You can make a pass side by side on the low line. It is extremely challenging to do so. But right now, Country Caliber, he's making it work. Really giving RJ Smitty a run for his money right here. But it's allowing Private Patton to just drive away.
A week ago, we were at a track that we called the Great Equalizer. That was Daytona. Because in a draft, we're good at navigating a draft. It's a lot different than racing at a mile and a half. But here we come to the shortest track on the NASCAR schedule. And it is also a great equalizer, because if you're just one of those guys who can run a mile and a half and blow everybody out of the water, Bristol is not that. This is a particular skill set. And it takes a particular style of driver to not only make passes, but to just maintain his equipment to keep himself near the front of the field.
Yeah, definitely one of the shorter tracks on the schedule. Martinsville's just a tick shorter. But we're seeing some beating and banging back here with Blakey T. You got Evo and probably your dad right there. Those three are fighting hard here for 5th place.
First mentioned was probably your dad, if he was a point leader going into last week, and now has dropped a few spots.
Speaking of points, it's not going to be super dramatic tonight. You got 8 drivers still remaining in the playoffs. Of those 8 playoff drivers, 2 of them are missing the race tonight. So unless one of these playoff guys right here lags out, it's not going to be a very dramatic night. We'll see anything.
Actually, even if that does happen, right now, the 2 people that are getting eliminated are already decided his energy is out of the race. So last place points
We'll
go to Disaster, which means no matter what, Evo, the worst he could do is tie Disaster, but a tiebreaker in this league goes to this.
We've already got our 6th in advance.
Careful, still there.
Now what that does still set up,
Yeah,
what that sets up though is, so you already know you're going to advance, but some of the guys that are a little bit farther behind than the other guys, they might need to make up a lot of points here tonight. So come to the end of the stage, they might not give or take, as only the final 4 advance. Remember, after next week.
Points do not reset after each round here in the GC Sports Truck Series. So these guys that are a little bit lower towards that cutoff line, they need to make some points happen here tonight if they want to have an easier shot of making the Final 4 next week in Atlanta.
Might go through the field here a little bit. See probably with that. The 98's starting to lose some positions on the bottom. Probably because, and I'm just taking a guess here, running down there, he has used up a bit of his tires more so than a lot of the other guys. So now he's just going to find it a little more difficult to maintain with these guys who are able to run the high side.
Right now, you don't have to scroll very far from 2nd to about 10th. They are right here up on each other. 3 wide for 2nd place. RJ Smitty hits the wall.
So we got a glimpse of that from the 13th viewpoint as we're on Evo B. He gave a little tap to the 22 from there. But a little bit of loose. These guys, they want to run a loose truck. If you make it a little loose out of the corner, if there's somebody below you, that's going to turn into trouble, especially later in the round. Let's see the 23 truck. That is Low Power Cat. A strong race last week at Talladega.
Still there.
Like some other tracks, though, this track can be tricky on older tires. You can get a little bit loose off the corner, especially if you catch that seam the wrong way. There's a seam between the low lane and the high lane. You straddle that thing off the corner, it's going to send you around 9 times out of 10. As we see right there with Country.
Got a car high now.
Okay, we're running stages here. No yellow flags, but we do have stages. We have about 32 laps left in stage number 1. We're going to go quick. It sounds like a lot, but we're going to go quick. 15 to 17 seconds a lap.
Yeah, we have 200 laps tonight, but it is going to be a fairly quick race. It'll take less than an hour. 55 laps here in stage number 1 as Tackleberry gets loose there off the top.
All right, you're clear.
55 laps might,
right,
depending on how hard you drive your truck, might have to save just a tad bit of tire here in stage 1. Fuel will not be an issue in stage 1 or 2. Tires maybe just a bit. We saw one driver blow a tire at the end of stage 1 last night.
Really shouldn't be an issue all day, as anyone who picks
Glaze T gets
tired. Glaze T loose on the backstretch hits the inside retaining wall, and he's going to lose a bunch of spots. By the way, what you're looking at is 2nd on back. What you don't see is the leader. We're going to try and find him, but there he is. All by him is Lonesome here, coming out of turn 4. There's the back of the field, and you see just ahead of him entering turn number 1. He is just more than a straightaway behind the rear of the field. No one has been able to keep up with him whatsoever.
No, he's fired out of the gate like a missile right here. I don't know what's going to happen once these guys get their first adjustments in, but right now, just on this base preset, whichever one Private Patton has selected, it's this thing is fired off well.
We'd love to keep the camera on him, but it's basically like watching qualifying.
Single car qualifying.
Right. We're back on RJ Smitty, who's got from 2nd to 4th. He's got Mo Power Cat ahead of him. That is Justice Shackett. I said it wrong all race long. I called him Justin Hackett. But Justice Shackett, is that right?
Justin Shackett.
Justin Shackett, right, okay. He is in 2nd place right now. That is the winner from the week ago.
Yeah, we talked to him last week in Victory Lane. I don't know, he kind of had a mixed outlook here for Bristol, saying this wasn't one of his best tracks, but here he is right now sitting in 2nd place, and he is kind of lower on the points list. Actually, no. Yeah, he's right there near the cutoff line going into tonight's race. I know he's sitting 3rd in points, but still, he's only 2 points ahead of 6th. So, as many points as he can gain right here in stage 1, get 9 here for 2nd place. That goes towards next week in Atlanta and make his life a lot easier. He's going to have a challenge here from, I believe it's Mo Power Cat there for second place, closing in.
Field is beginning to break apart a bit. Here comes Mo Power Cat with a low on the truck. Doesn't quite get there.
Still there.
Try again here in turn 3.
Just keep in mind, Mo Power Cat's the only person that did not qualify tonight, so he started at the tail end
I
of the
was
field.
just about to say, he started dead end of the field here tonight. He worked his way all the way up, fighting for second place. He's got a fast truck as well. Those GMS trucks, there's something under the hood of those things tonight.
23, definitely. He got onto the 88. Now can he clear him is the question.
Incredibly hard to make the pass on the inside lane. It can be done, but it's going to take a lot of work to do it.
Outside of the hip check, it's definitely one of the toughest places to make a pass.
Oh, he's going to slide up right in front of him, and he's going to get loose.
4. Evo B also got loose off the corner. Justin Shaggett is going to gain that second place position now. But Mo Power Cat did cross the line in second that time. He should be coming about 20, if not 19 laps to go here in the stage. Actually, there might be 18 to go when Private Pat crosses the line.
Yeah, laps go quick here. You're probably looking at you know, if you're watching YouTube, trying to catch up with the lap count, probably about a lap behind.
Careful, still there.
They're quick laps here, 15, 16 seconds.
Right, not only that, if you're watching YouTube, you're not watching Pat, and he's catching the back of the field, so he is faster. He is just about there now as Mo Power Cat makes a move on the 88. Will clear him this time out of turn 4 and takes over that second position. He's still on the low line now going into turn 1. Might give the 88 a move to the outside, not to be, as Hackett's going to maintain third here, but RJ Smitty's going to be right behind him.
These points right here are important to Justin. He needs to stay up here, not let RJ, probably your dad, get around him.
The 23 got loose again out of turn 4, which cost him second place. Now the 88 takes back over. The 3 will be high, but the 32 trying to make a move on the number 3. And probably your dad is tired of being in 5th. The 88 and 23 hit together. And the leader, basically second through 6, just got in an accident. Good news for Evo and Blakey T, who got some free positions there. They maneuver their way through. Spencer 24 as well. RJ Smitty got the best of it. As you see, he is still up in second place.
That was a huge wreck, because our leader is, he's in lap traffic right now.
We're going to try and go to him right now, see how he's doing with it.
He's got around a few guys, but
74
they haven't made it easy.
Way through.
Sitting right here behind Tackleberry.
So these cars that you see behind him right now, those are a lap down. 5, There goes the 22. The 21 got a little bit underneath him, just a little out of shape, and he's going to maintain his spot just behind Tackleberry. And there goes the 21 as the 22 tries to get out of his way. Even when you try to let a guy pass underneath you, it's still tough.
That 22 has got to fight for this. There's only 2 cautions in this race, so only 2 chances to get your lap back via free pass. So
you're not
he's
looking at the green flag stop.
Yeah, he's either got to get back around Private Pat or stay right with him.
Well, when Private Patton crossed the line right there, it was more than likely 9 to go. So does the 21 catch the next group of cars? If the 22 can just maintain and the 21 not pass anybody else, well, then he'll just get his lap back to his really good to go.
Yeah, that would be pretty big because probably your dad is right there behind him and he would be stuck a lap down.
That would be big points implications there. Probably your dad can get the lap down after saving
Evo B in the inside wall there on the front straightaway. He's going to lose a lot of time. He's going to back right up here to Taddy and Country Caliber, who are in front of the leader. Not sure what slider that 13 truck went with tonight, but it is a loose one.
So if you went with an 8.
The way that thing is driving, I wouldn't be surprised with a 9 at the moment. He's looking like he's on an ice rink.
So does the 21, a very well-maintained ice rink. It looks like the Zamboni running at 100 miles an hour. And there's just no catching them here. Coming up on the 98 at Country Caliber, who you saw with running for second place. Oh, he got loose, and this is bad news for Tackleberry. Should Country Caliber go a lap down here? We are winding down. Only a couple of laps should remain. 21 is going to keep his high line. Does catch the 98. This is bad news for Tackleberry.
The leader is coming to 3 to go on the stage.
There you hear it, 3 to go. Can Country Caliber stay in front of the 21 truck for 3 more laps?
We can manage our tire.
Well, if he can, we have a battle for the free pass. And Tackleberry! Probably your dad get together.
He missed it watching the leaders, but there you see back 22 still has that spot. 32 trying to get back to him to make a pass. That should have been the white flag lap.
There's 2 to go.
All right, 2 to go. One more time around when we hit the line. We are looking back from the 21 for this to see if anything happens. And does the 21 pass the 98? It's like Private Pat knows what's going on and is saying, you know what, I'm not going to put this guy last down. Because it looks like he absolutely will.
You want to put as many people a lot down as possible. Just for competitive advantage.
He might be a It looks like he has it.
Yeah.
There you have it, end of the stage. 22 is going to get the lucky dog spot. Probably your dad. A week ago went into the race as your points leader. Today will be a lap down after stage 1.
Well, good news, he's already advanced to the next round. Bad news, he's losing some points right here if he wants to make the championship 4 next week. Via Atlanta next week.
That's like the Billiards, man. You got to set up your next shot. And even though he might be in the playoff for next week, you're right. He's setting himself up to have a tough time about it.
Yeah.
All right, so we got results coming in. Yep. Private Patton was your stage winner. RJ Smitty was second. Blakey T was third. Justin Shackett, is fourth. Mo Palacat in that 23 truck finished fifth. Spider 24 is sixth. Evo B ends up seventh. Aqua Tatty is eighth. Country Caliber is in ninth. And Tackleberry is your lucky dog in 10th place. So we'll have 10 trucks on the lead lap when we come back to you for the start of stage number 2.
Caddy, looks like that truck needs some help there, bud, on this restart.
Hey, I have that the stream's not going.
Starter has a green flag in his hand. Drive safe.
I'm not sure if people pit or took less tires, but the 21 is no longer in the lead. The 98 at Country Caliber is in the lead. RJ Squeeze in second. Private Pat we see here is starting on the inside in third place. Definitely have a tiny bit of lag here on the restart guy, everybody. So
yeah, Country Caliber, he must have not pit.
Careful, still there.
Yeah,
did you get a
back straight away?
Hey, Mike, can you check the YouTube and make sure it's working? On my phone, it said it stream ended about 10 minutes ago.
All clear, no pressure from behind.
I'm on there. Oh, no.
Excellent lap. Good job.
Yep, it is on.
Yeah, see,
Now it's not. It was.
yeah, it's alright. Just go back into it and start the broadcast back up. I mean, in fairness, you guys were still hurt because I'm streaming, so I shared it with other chats.
Keep it up. That was the best lap ever.
We are back on air. Sorry, everybody. We went to check something and then boom, a broadcast was cut off. You didn't miss much. Maybe you missed a lap, but here is Private Pat.
Rookie move there, Frank. Rookie move.
Somebody asked me a question and I checked it. Broadcast guy had other plans. Speaking of moves, the 21's got to make some moves.
Yep.
Blakey T is in his way, it appears. He's going to get third place, but still has 2 more trucks to get around. Not that he can't, but it's still not going to be easy.
To recap, Private Pat dominated stage 1. Probably your dad. First truck 1 lap down right now. So playoff implications right there for the 32 truck.
One back. All clear. Inside. All clear. All clear.
Right down the low line looks like just only because the 21 truck is working the low line. But that looks like a fast line for now.
He looks like he's bumped drafting the 23 from Daytona last week.
He's pushing Mopar Cat in front. Once that happens, then he can work on the speed himself. But RJ Smitty, not an easy pass, no matter the track.
Those GMS trucks, they've been strong tonight. Got 3 of them in the top 5.
No draft, no problem. GMS truck now takes the top 2
Harder on the outside. Clear all around.
Teamwork be damned. They're going to go ahead.
Car outside. All clear.
Chevy Ford is your top four. Sorry, Toyota, not a Ford. You got a Ford in fifth.
Careful, still there.
Also, Country Caliber also forgot to pit after the end of stage one. So that's going to hurt him in the points. He had a nice little buffer coming in tonight, but he's lost that now at this point.
He's running out by himself. He's probably at least 2 laps down.
Damage control from here on out for the 98.
Right, hopefully somebody else has trouble. You can maybe pass them. Somebody lags out. You'll get that position. But yeah, now it's just hopefully something happens ahead of him. And if he quits now, then he has no time.
Got to fight for the lead.
Still there.
Private Pat right there on that back bump of the power cat.
Nathan loved that back bumper as he get into the corner. And the 23, he's sticking with the bottom. He says if you want to pass me, you'll have to do it on the high side. Which normally you would think would be exactly what Private Pat wants, but he hasn't been able to get the run yet.
Right side, all clear, no pressure from behind.
You see, he gets to run down the straightaway, but it's almost like he can't get in the turn like he wants to because the 23 is in his way.
Left side.
Got a nice little gap here over this 16 truck, Flaky T. Just trying to battle it out between themselves here for stage number 2. It's a little bit shorter than stage 1
Clear outside.
by a few laps.
At some point, you gotta wonder if Private Pat will try something different. Maybe he'll try and get a release down the straightaway.
He got a nice run there off of 4, but just elected to stay behind him.
When he hits the line, it should be 33 to go. It could be off by a lap. It'll be 34 from one.
Left side. Bottom 3. Use this needed. All clear.
Still working at high side. Yeah, at some point, it's not even worth trying to make a pass. If you're pulling away from the field, then between the two of you, you can just stay with them toward the end of the stage. And then you use up your equipment trying to get around them. Number one, you'll let the rest of the field catch you. And number two, by the end of the stage, you'll have better stuff coming. RJ Smitty has fallen to 4th place. Again, he has 5th place Justin Shackett just behind him. Lincoln Key ahead in 16 Toyota.
21 is now underneath 23 here.
Only because I get off.
Yep. He finally was able to get alongside the 23.
It's the advantage slightly down the straightaway, but then 23 takes it back going towards the turn. He's going to maintain it out of the turn, but then here comes 21 back on the inside.
All right, clear outside. Got one up top.
Has a little bit better advantage into turn 3 than he did 1. They'll be side by side, but 23 does still lead that lap. Opal Cat showing some short track strength here tonight.
Clear, no pressure from behind.
Slight advantage again down the back straightaway. Private Patton can stay there, but he isn't getting the advantage to pull ahead.
Left side
He
clear.
doesn't have the grip off the corner from where he's coming. If you're the 21 truck, would you maybe start to diamond the corner, try and get it momentum a different way?
I mean, Private Pat, his truck is so fast right now. It's not really a pressing need to get around the 23. Of course, he'd like to, but he really can be patient, just set it up. He has no rush to get around him at the moment.
I think if it was stage 3, it might be different, but you're right. Like you said before, there's no point in using up your equipment for this. Save it till the end of the stage. There's no threat behind it. Trying to go through the field again. Caliber, you know, did catch the field because he has slightly fresher tires. Justin Hackett, you see, is maintaining his 5th place position. And it looks like the top 5 is pretty much on its own in regards to the rest of the field. The Evo B, who we know is going to move on for the playoffs next week, does need more points though. He doesn't want to sit towards the back end of these moves on. Tackleberry, that is for position. He got that lap back at the end of the stage. 22 truck about to lose a spot to the 13. He's making an aggressive move to the inside, hits the apron. Definitely shows his momentum to be able to fall in behind him and try again. Spencer 24 also ahead of him.
Justin Shackett able to get around RJ Smitty for 4th. Him up in place.
13 all over the back of the field. Trying to make him loose, trying to Dale Earnhardt his Terry Labonte. So Tackleberry is holding on. The 24 gets loose. Down to the apron, it's going to force these guys way up high. He's going to get in their way to split them up a little bit. Aquatati is just going to maintain that 6th place position.
Yeah, he likes to see these guys fight here.
And just behind this group right here is the 32 with Probably Bad, who we know is the first car 1 lap down. It's extra important for him to get back on the lead lap as he lost a bunch of spots in the playoff standing after last week. So he to maintain that he is a threat, which he is the rest of this way, going to have to get back on the lead lap and get some extra spots. 3 wide out of turn 2 for the 24, 22, and 13. And probably your dad says, screw it, I'm going in there as well. The 22 is going to be the big loser here. He's going to lose all those spots. Evo B is going to pass the 22, but loses the spot to Spencer. Then taps the wall.
Yeah, it's getting spicy between those guys back here.
Big battle here for 7.
They're using those fenders, they're using those doors, and yeah.
Evo squeezed the 24 there.
Squeeze is putting it very nicely. I would not have said squeezed, but man, the 13 didn't like something the 24 did, and he showed his displeasure right there.
And now the Spectre 24 has fallen back to 9th again. Number 32 is a lap down for that 7th for 13th, 7th, 8th place for Tackleberry in the 22. 9th place is the 24. And then not in 10th is Spencer Caliber. He is also multiple laps down after that pit stop. But behind him, let's try and get a view. That would be 10th place. Oh, the 24 is spinning. Not sure how or why, but the 02 is just behind him. That could be 9th place now, the 02.
Yeah, from bad to worse for the 24.
And just behind him is the 45, who I assume if he's on the lead lap is in 10th.
However, if this 24 goes a lap down, that's bad news for the 32.
That is extra correctness, I think it is.
Which at this rate, he looks like he might be going a lap down. Those leaders are catching him in fast.
You see the 32 is nowhere near the leaders.
The leader's coming to 11.
11 to go right here.
There it is, 11 to go. Started straight from the horse's mouth. Oh, a little bit in the wall from the 21. He's going to lose some time and space to the 23 truck here.
Patton, that is not how you wall bang.
There's 24 holding up the 23 a little bit here.
You're supposed to gain time when you wall bang, not lose it.
Last 10 laps. Gotta focus.
Is that 24 going to play nice with his GMS buddies?
Especially since it's pretty much guaranteed if he can maintain his pace, he'll be the first car lap down, which is just horrible news for probably your dad. There goes the 23 now underneath the 24.
Oh, he's going to get loose.
I don't know whose fault that was. I personally looked down to change the camera angle, and the 23 is now out of the picture. There you see him pulling out of the turn.
23 got loose there off the corner, just gifted the lead back to the 21. 21 says thank you very much, as he's now going to take the fight to the lap truck of the 24 in front of him as they close in on old guy as well.
I would prefer if the lap car went low out of the corner for me. I don't mind him to hit the wall like after he knocked me out. But needless to say, we went from a 2-car battle for first to a 1-car battle. He's now trying to lap some guys. Old Guys is in the 74 truck as well. He's in front of these guys, and he may already be a lap down, but we're not sure.
You know, Spanker may not know this, but it might be smart just to let himself go a lap down. That way probably your dad doesn't get a free pass.
There goes the 74. He hits the apron, trying to let his dad go by, but spins out and is doing so.
Yeah, just to not let your rival, probably your dad, get a free pass.
There you have it. Chicanery at its finest.
Looking inside now.
24 does go a lap down here. 21 goes underneath him. A couple of guys just ahead of him.
3 to go.
The wall. There could be more cars to go a lap down.
3 to go.
Yeah, coming. There'll be 2 to go when he hits the line.
Got a headlight out on your bumper.
Brian SP up there in front of the leader. Not too far ahead.
Left side, clear low.
Got the O2 as well. Haven't talked too much about those guys tonight. My broadcasting flag.
Keep moving. Clear behind. Left side's clear.
Truck as he follows the Evo B at
All clear.
good distance away from the lead.
Oh, Brian spins it.
This time by. Got one inside.
Another car going a lap down.
Here comes Private Pat around turn 4. He's going to sweep the stages.
And Spanker 24 pulls out of the way out of turn 4.
Still
He
there.
is stopping before the start-finish line.
Left side's clear.
I believe probably your dad is about to pass. Yeah, probably your dad passes him. That's going to put probably your dad as the lucky dog.
Interesting.
24. Yeah, that was really interesting what he did there.
I don't exactly know what the point of that is. If you're in the playoffs, I don't know why you do that.
Spanker's been eliminated from the playoffs. I will say, what I would assume there is him and probably your dad are actually good friends and probably in the same chat together. So if I were to guess, that's probably where that came from, knowing that dad is in the playoffs and stuff.
Gotcha. Giving his buddy his lap back.
Oh, good job. Good sportsmanship, if you will.
Spanker throws his race away to ensure Dad has a chance to advance in the playoffs. I guess that's some pretty good friendship there. Probably your dad's gonna have to throw him a 20 off of Venmo later.
Coming to the green, driver.
Private Pat maintains the lead. The pit stop here as we start stage number 3. We have that 100 laps to go.
Got one inside.
Low power Cat on the outside. Does have the third line, but he's going to fall in behind the 21. Crazy T has third place now.
Careful, still there.
Yeah, it's tight confines racing here tonight. Sorry we haven't been able to talk to our in-race reporter much, but he is up to 6th place. Slowly but surely making his way to the front. Balky Patty having a nice run here tonight at Bristol.
Got one up top.
Patton does clear Mo Power Cat there pretty easily for the lead.
Moving back from the leader. It looks like the 24 car might be the first car lap down. But you don't have the mistake break, so that's pretty much that's going to stay. He is battling with 22. He's back there.
Got a car low now.
Probably your dad back on the lead lap. And he's coming up on the 24 and 22 truck as they battle side by side. Not for position.
Outside.
He's got new life. Gonna probably your dad move up to the field and get himself to the top 5.
Looking at the points here, trying to just
still there.
Go loosely off my head. It looks like Justin Shackett's really helped his case to make the Final Four heading into Atlanta next week.
Outside,
He's got some really good stage points tonight, along with RJ Smitty, Mo Power Cat. They're all really solid. Country Caliber, he's going to lose a lot based off that pit stop gap.
Got one up top.
Probably your dad and Evo B are going to be the bottom 3. move heading to Atlanta, just right now as it stands.
And where do we go after Atlanta?
Now.
Iowa for the championship race.
There you have it, guys, everybody. Atlanta, and then final 4 at Iowa.
Right side.
Now, keep in mind, Private Patton, who's been in front for most of this race, is not battling in the playoffs.
Got a car high now.
He did not make the required number of races. He did not make the final cut.
Got a car high
He
now.
was out here just kicking butt. Probably your dad has gotten around Sprinter 24 and the Upper Patty. I have Upper Patty side by side.
Careful, still there.
Hashtag justice for Pat.
Still there.
Hashtag rules are rules.
Still there.
The 22 and Evo B are side by side right ahead of this picture here. And you see probably your dad trying to navigate them. Just trying to stay off of them, it looks like, and waiting for them to figure it out.
Hey, so it's funny, the hashtag for Patton. I do got to say on Patton's aspect, this one's a little tricky. He actually raced the first 2 weeks on Mondays. Had he not switched series, he would have been eligible for the playoffs.
That's a big rip.
Evo B has taken away the spot from Agabiri completely. He's going to try and work on RJ Smitty, who's being held up by the 16 and the 88, respectively. The 16 taps the wall and taps the 88. That's going to give RJ Smitty, he's going to have to check up. The 33 gets into him. May have given him some front end damage. The 22 was able to stay off of the rear.
Still there.
They got stacked up there for a second as Blakey T hit the wall and
Stay on the
the
bottom.
88 truck. Now he goes into third.
Oh, the 88 truck. That was a tight squeeze there. He slid right up in front of the 3. Another 3 wide.
That was a 17.5-foot hole, and who was going to fill it? And when the camera pans and you see it just ahead of them, those 2 specks just ahead of this group of cars, those are your 2 leaders.
Aggressive driving from the 88, but it's playoff time. He feels like this is what he needs to do.
He is maintaining that bottom line, even when he got ahead of the 16. He didn't really vary from it. Tackleberry dives under the 13.
Oh, they're hooked.
Spencer goes into the inside wall.
Look at the 22 coming up here.
Careful, still there.
These guys, they're just driving wild right now. They're all over the place, beating and banging. There's about to be some tempers flaring shortly.
There's no way that in that group of a half dozen cars or so, 1 or 2 of them aren't pissed off.
I gotta think that the 16 and the 3 aren't really happy with the 88 right now.
I'm pretty sure a couple guys are upset with the 13, maybe even the 22.
But Shackett, this is what he feels he has to do: get as many points as he can, bank those points heading into Atlanta, and give himself a safer shot to make it to Iowa. Can't really go wrong with that mindset, but he is being really aggressive right now. That's the Evo B.
67 to go, by the way.
Yeah, Evo B up inside the top 5 here.
This is the race. I mean, first and second are Private Patton and Mo Pilot Cat. This is the race. This group of cars.
Yep.
It's sticking out with Evo B. He's right in the middle of it all.
These guys aren't holding back.
Tackleberry got a little loose with the 3 just underneath him off the turn 4, and they almost wrecked. But RJ Swede's going to lose another spot.
Yeah, they are not holding back right here. Our in-race reporter's got a front row seat to all this. He's just sitting back here with a grin on his face watching it all go down.
I mean, I'm just riding. They look like they're having a blast. I'm just riding.
All clear.
They're having a blast, all right.
They told him last week, Bristol this week. These are crazy playoff tracks.
Crazy playoff tracks. That's what makes it fun, though.
I said, Atlanta's going to make people breathe, and they're going to forget to maintain their tires.
Atlanta's going to be a draft track, just kind of like Daytona and Talladega.
This part of the field has definitely sorted itself out. As the 88's kind of pulled away a little bit. Lakey T is maintained in 4th. Evo B is in the top 5 for now, but has RJ Smitty.
Still there.
Oh, sorry, Tackleberry breathing down his neck. Probably your dad is behind Tackleberry.
Outside by himself.
This 3 truck is fading.
Clear outside.
He's fading. He's something's not right with that 3 truck right now. Whatever adjustment he made, he's going backwards.
He could have used his stuff up, just trying to hold off some of these guys.
But what is interesting to see is our top 2 in regular season points for 32-3. They're struggling here in these playoffs.
Clear behind you.
22 went real hard into the corner and bumped to 16. Nobody lost their spot, but I don't know if the 16 just kind of got out of it too soon for the 22, or the 22 maybe forgot to brake for a hot second there. Now probably your dad and RJ Smitty are going to try and work low on Tackleberry. Tackleberry has been impressive tonight. Not a name we talk about every week. He's usually running somewhere inside the top 10. But tonight he has proven to be a tough competitor here at Bristol.
Yeah, right now he's certainly got himself a top 5-6 truck. So he's taking full advantage of that while he's got it. Looking inside of Blakey T right here.
Currently in 6th. He was fending off a challenge from the 32 truck, and then once he did that, he started working on the 16. He's going to have a high look. 16 is going to pull away, though, once they get above him. Old guy 74 looks like he's going to call it a night.
Yeah, he'd gone around in corner number 1.
Looking outside now. All clear.
And
No
just
pressure
decided, you know what, there's not much left. Be in the way, I'm just going to call it a night.
If it's not already, there's one more spot for 50 caliber. There goes the 22 down low on Blakey T, but can't quite make it stick. The 16 is going to get the advantage.
Man, these guys are just beating the heck out of each other.
They haven't even come off them. This has been the most fun right here.
Well, I just checked on the leaders, and they're gone. They're pretty separated. So
yeah, there's nobody in front of Private Pat right now. So just so you know, he's still leading. He's got about a 1.3 second lead on Mopala Cat, who is 6 seconds ahead of Justin Hackett, who is just ahead of the rest of this field right here. The 45 coming out of
the 22 drive.
I wonder if that was because the car coming out of the pit there.
Dad's not going to be happy about that.
But either way, probably your dad got squeezed up into the wall. 22 getting loose or giving some room off the turn 2. Probably your dad's going to get 5th place, sorry.
Still there. All clear. No pressure from behind.
That 22 is really loose off the corners right now.
Clear behind.
You know,
He's going to go to the apron. He might be making a pit stop.
Yeah, he might have missed the handling a little bit, but he's going down the pit lane right there. You're going to see some replay pit stops soon. There is 50 to go.
That might have been a big mistake there from the 22. He pitted on the back straightaway pits.
Inside.
Yeah, nobody had the back straightaway pits.
Yeah, that's a big mistake there from the 22.
And that was a 35-mile-an-hour mistake.
Got a car coming inside now.
So I was wrong. I misspoke. The 32 is in 6th place. Blakey T is in 5th. 4th place is the Evo B, the 13 truck. Justin Shackett is in 3rd, and then your leaders, Mopala Cat, 2nd.
Looks like Tackleberry is now called it a night after that mistake.
Tough race in the 22 truck.
Yeah,
That was the broadcaster's curse. You know, we were talking about him.
He turned down the wrong pit lane and realized he turned down the wrong pit lane and said, you know what, my engine's done.
Now, with a couple of cars that have exited the field, they're going to spread out. Less challengers, less lap cars even. The 16 has tapped the wall, entering the corner a lot.
21 is caught in the back of the field. But he's coming in the pits.
As Blakey T enters the corner, the car kind of jumps to the right, and he almost always taps the wall. Here's broadcaster Clay, who's near the end of the top 10 here, and he's on the lead lap. The 21 car is down pit lane.
Yep, our leader is in the pits. First of the leaders to make a pit stop.
that puts Mo Power Cat out front for now. He's catching the back of the field as well. There's Austin Patton just ahead of the 02 as we're going down the
These fresh tires right now are going to give Patton about 6 to 7 tenths a lap. If he can hit his line right, about 6 to 7 tenths a lap faster than what Cat's going to be able to do.
That was probably the only pit stop needed here.
It is. Yep, only one stop.
If you don't take care of your tires, you may be in a tough spot at the end of this run, but that's the end of the 23, a little loose off of 4 as they're riding on board. There goes the fresh tires of the 21 truck. Private Patton, he goes back around and see how much different fresh tires can give you here. He blew right by him on the outside. And continues to stay right. Look out, Aqua Daddy just comes Private Patton.
Got a car coming inside now.
And he did.
Oh, man. Broadcaster Clay gives it to the 23 truck on his way by, and the 23 truck tries to drive him into the wall.
Missed that, but we're on him now.
Yeah, not happy with the 0-2 there, the 23.
Could have cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, it definitely cost him some time, and he tried to get the 0-2 back and just missed.
If you're going to have revenge, you got to pull off.
Peeking inside. Clear left.
Comes the 23.
And the leader.
Inside.
Cat hits pit lane as well. Hopefully the correct pit lane.
He lost a lot of time on those laps that after Patton pitted, but he's going to have fresher tires. We'll see if he can run them back down.
As of right now, Tyler Patton is in 9th place, waiting for cars to pit. Striker 24 is running just ahead of him. 8th place, but still has to pit. You see the leader just ahead of Brian and Steve. Power Cat on pit lane. He is coming off the pit lane as right now. He's in the 21 car way past him. He may already have passed him. Yes, he did. 21 is just ahead of that yellow truck. Yeah, that was 21 is coming up on RJ Smitty. That is not for position, however. RJ Smitty is currently in 9th place. And Private Patton is in 5th, but we're assuming Patton will be the leader as soon as he gets stopped in the second third. And RJ Smitty is about to lose a lap to Private Patton.
I don't know what staying out right here is going to get these guys. It's not like they can hope for a caution or anything.
So here we are, and like you see, he's running 3rd. That is 2nd and 1st just ahead of him.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of strategy they're going for, but I'd pit. You're just losing track time right now.
Yeah, you can see the 32 who did pit is a lap behind, but he's going to get right underneath the 16. You remember just before how tough it was to get side by side with somebody. You just ran with them. This time with fresh tires, they're just blowing right by him. And here comes Blake UT on pit road now.
Daddy hits the bits.
Yeah, Mike, just to answer your question slightly, I pitted the exact lap you needed to only be able to take just a half can and the 4 tires to be able to go.
Trying to save a little bit of time on pit lane. Fresh tires. Get James Dillon track position now.
Be ready. Get after it now. Get after it now. You're clear.
See how this plays out. Right now, Patton's got a huge gap over the 23 truck.
According to our live chat, by the way, we have former Daytona 500 winner Bill Cole. Not sure if it's real or no, probably isn't. right, we're on Blakey T here.
Pat got about half a lap. That cycle stops. Cat somewhere along the line lost a lot of time.
So Private Patton is in the lead. RJ Smitty has he's 6, but he's about to go a lap down to Private Patton. There he is. He's putting the 3 lap down as he speaks. So there are 5 cars on the lead lap right now. Probably the dad is now the tail end of the lead lap. 5th. You see him just entering the picture. There he is, just ahead of the 21. That is 5th place. Private Patton from that. And honestly, to your credit, Mike, him pitting first, he just gave so much time on everybody who stayed out. Low Power Cat is in 2nd place. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably your dad is in 3rd place now. I guess a couple of guys still had to pick before. So 3 cars are on the lead lap. That's 3rd place, just ahead of the leader, Private Patton.
Putting a whooping on him right now.
So RJ Smitty is in 4th. 1 lap down. He's in 5th. Eagle B is in 6th.
Patton looking to sweep tonight. He got pole. Won both stages. Right now he's sitting pretty to win the race and might even have the fastest lap. He's looking for the whole shebang tonight.
Just so you know, on the slider side, the fastest lap doesn't give you a point.
Yeah, you know.
I was just, I don't disagree with that. I was just making sure you were. That's all.
Christian Calver trying to gain some of the spots after his earlier mishap. He was 2 laps down, of course, still. But he did get ahead of this field of trucks. Every time somebody drops out, they'll put one more spot.
Clear high, 20 laps to go.
20 to go.
If you didn't hear him, Patty can give us the 20 to go mark. More laps here at the famed Bristol Motor Speedway, the modern Coliseum, Thunderdome. Most recently, the first dirt track race with NASCAR Cup cars in 50 years.
Yeah, that was quite the spectacle.
That's the right way of putting it.
For good and for bad.
So
I believe this might be a battle for the 2nd place. Shackett closing him in on Cat.
No, he's a lap down. 3rd place is probably your dad. They are about 10 seconds apart, 2nd and 3rd. So Hackett's a lap down to the 22 truck as well.
Crazy how these guys went a lap down through that cycle.
Yeah, especially, I kind of get it going a lap down to Private Patton, but the fact that they also went a lap down to Metallic Cat, he stayed out as long as they did.
Yeah, they weren't too far behind them.
Third 24, not sure if that's what they're looking on the 88.
All right, clear outside. Outside by himself.
24 is next for lap down.
All clear.
The 88's in 7th. Yeah, the 88's in 7th, I believe.
The 3, the 16, and the 13. RJ Smitty, Blakey T, and Eagle V, they are battling for position. Not sure the position.
Yeah, everything's been jumbled up through these stops.
Those 3 are...
4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah,
right
there you
now.
go.
They are the first cars a lap down.
Blakey T said 8 tires turned better than 4. He used up RJ Smitty.
One of who chose the black of the 16 truck on purpose.
He may have. But he's got a black number 3 truck in his mirror.
That is true. You're on board with the Evo B, looking ahead of your leader, Private Patton.
Last 10 laps. You got to
Oh,
focus.
Schmitty. Almost lost it.
Yeah, he's going to lose some more time. He's going to give that spot to the 16. That makes Blakey T solid in 5th place. The Caliber still motoring around. You see that 2nd place Opala Cat, he's trying to lap a couple of cars, especially 24 and the 88. Justin Jacket. 45 is backwards there in turn number 1. What's going on with him? That's Brian SP as he tries to get back up.
Been a rough night for Brian. He's been backwards a couple times now.
You know what? He shows up every week. He's been getting better, staying out of the way when he needs to.
Bristol's a tough track.
It's tough for the best of them. Aqua Chatty, he's running right behind Country Caliber. Aqua, you are in 7th place?
I'm in 8th. I have Justin's in 7th, Smitty in 6th on my screen, is what I can see.
Within about 10 laps to go here.
Yeah, we're less than that.
To go here tonight at Bristol.
5 laps to go.
That's 5 to go right there. Leader's coming 4 to go.
There you go. Happens fast. Remember, I told my wife we were watching the Bristol race. She said, "How many to go?" I said 50. She got mad. Oh. Then she realized, oh, it wasn't that long. I go, no, it didn't take that long at all. Then we were watching the next race. I think it was at Darlington. How much is left? I go 50. She was madder at the end of that.
This might be 2 to go right here for Pat.
It's coming up on probably your dad, who's in 3rd. But at the tail end of the lead lap. Evo B is in 4th. You would love a mishap from probably your dad to get one more spot from him. You see him a little loose off the corner.
Pat wants to lap Dad. Dad wants to say that he stayed on the lead lap, so.
Not many are going to get to see that.
Coming to the white.
There goes Pat now.
Coming out of turn 4, looking at the checkered flag. Private Pat takes
The lap down right at the end. Man, what a stink. That's got to stink.
Yeah, coming to the line.
Didn't lose his position, wouldn't have gained a position either way, but just not getting that last lap. Well, good job, Private Patton. For the record, he had a speed rating of 105, as you could imagine. Let's go through the final standings. Private Patton is your leader, is your winner. Mo Power Cat in the 23 does finish in 2nd place. Probably your dad, the first car, a lap down, he's in 3rd. The Evo B is in 4th, driving the 13 Ford. The 16 Toyota, piloted by Blakey T, is in 5th. RJ Smitty is in 6th, driving the 3 truck. Justin Shackett in the 88 finishes 7th. That's your winner from a week ago. Aquatati is in 8th for the final here. Specker 24, 2 laps down. The first car 2 laps down is in 9th. Broadcaster Clay, another top 10 here, 2 laps down, driving the 02 truck. 11th place was Country Caliber, who lost 3 laps on his mishap. Brian SP lost 9 laps tonight, ended up 12th. And out of the race was Tackleberry in 13th. Old Guy 74 in 14th. And Mopowa NRG, who was a start and park in 5th.
And yes, Patton had the fast lap.
That he did. I saw that with a 15. That is blazing fast on the preset.
All right, boys.
So
I invited those 3.
Got to
So
run.
Oh.
If you guys want, I'll let you talk to the winner.
no, it's all right if the Patton's right there. Maybe just give it like 30 seconds.
Yeah, we can do that. Congratulations, good win today. Pretty